We're back. Sorry about taking the bye weeks, but had to do what we had to do, and we're back. And I don't know if being away actually helped because I just edited this film, scrubbed it out. Oop, pause. Just edited for the passing plays, which forced me to, I guess, not really look at it, but assess the entire game. And this team is this team is the most frustrating team maybe in the history of football at UK. And I know it's recency bias, especially since I've just started rewatching it. What, this is game 9, so what, probably 13 days. Bruh, at this point, Florida was the only game that was unwinnable. All these other games, we were what are we at this point in the season? We're 3-5, and it easily could have been 5-3. Easily, easily, without a shadow of a doubt. And this game could have been game win number 6. I want y'all to understand. I mean, we're gonna see it. 2 plays change the game. Tennessee ends up with 28 points. We had a right tackle that lost his one-on-one battle, strip sack, fumble, touchdown Tennessee. We had 3rd and 5 on the plus. It was between the plus 35 and 25. Can't remember. Interception returns all the way back to inside the 15 at least. It might have been inside the 10. Touchdown Tennessee. That's 14 points right there. We drive down the field. First or second drive. Can't remember. Get all the way inside the 10-yard line. Gets no points. We inside the 5, I know. I think inside the 5. 0 points. So in essence, Tennessee offense 14. Uh, Tennessee defense 14. Kentucky offense 18. We also missed a clean interception that would have been maybe a pick 6, but definitely puts us in at least field goal range, probably a touchdown. Like, those kind of things cannot happen. And there's more to it than that, but those are the big 2 or 3 plays that changes the game. Even if you don't score, you can't get Tennessee offense the ball inside the 30-yard line or inside the 40-yard line without expecting points. This may be the worst quarterback room in Stoops' era. There was not one guy that took over that unit. And we're in week 9. I'm not saying that the quarterback has to be elite, but damn, no consistency. no consistent execution, none around. And I would say this, I'm now in week 9, and I was hoping to say I could see an improvement, but the right tackle last year, didn't matter who played it, was not very good. That caused a humongous amount of problems. But looking at this this season, not just this game, but this season, it's very interesting that I have heard the narrative and I've pushed back at it many times, but now maybe I wish I would have looked at all the other seasons, but I'm looking at this season in rewind, and people talking about the decline. The decline has been in situations, but since 2021, things not going. I won't say. I want to say always because that's a stretch, but in those seasons, 2021. Let's go 2017 to 2021. A lot of things went right for us. 2022, 2023, 2024, nothing went right for us. Nothing. And I'll talk about 2022 and 2023 because we're going through 2024, and I've talked enough about 2024. I'm going to go back, and I've said this many times. That team in 2022 won 7 games in 2 plays that actually happened. Not like, what if a guy would have caught the ball? What if, no. The plays happened. 2 penalties. 2 penalties, and not other things that could have even made the season better. 2 penalties. Ole Miss, legal procedure. Those are touchdown to Dan Key. That game is over. That's one. That's one win. Vanderbilt, I think it was Oxnard, hand to the face after Keydron intercepted the ball against Vandy to seal the game. That's 2. So that's 2 wins. That gets you to 9 of actual plays in the game that would have sealed the victory. Those are 2. And if we get in the regular season 9-3, Levis and C-Rod plays in the bowl game, that's 10 wins. And let's not talk about what happened in the preseason where C-Rod missed the first one. that is at least a 9-win team. At least. That's not a decline. 2023. Not going to talk about the season. We won 7 games. If we don't lose Max and we don't lose Drew in a bowl game against Clemson, that's a win. That's 8 wins. That's 9-8. So the decline, the steady decline that I consistently hear is not true, in my opinion. Now, you fell off a cliff last year. So for me, a steady decline, no. A abrupt descent, yes. But then when you start looking at these games again from last year, things did not go our way. The things that went our way in 2018 and 2021 did not happen this year. We didn't get not one damn thing to go our way this year. From quarterback play to quarterback injuries, because Brock didn't finish this game. Brock didn't finish the game before. So now you are asking an OC to be able to create a game plan in mid-game. You know who could do that though? A lot of the one guy that is underappreciated in this program, Eddie Gran. Now Eddie could have probably done it. He made it look easy though. Which then goes back, and I'm gonna start and get off my rant. But then goes back to me with this. And my almost 50 years of existence, probably what I started playing football at, what, 7, 8? So in 40 plus years of playing sports, watching sports, the whole gamut. O-line and running back coaches are damn good offensive coordinators because they understand the issues of the O-line. Just want to throw that out there. Just want to throw that out there. All right, last thing. Then we get into it. The other narrative that I'm going to fight, and I'm going to fight even more, is the narrative of the players were unprepared and not ready to play. The only game that you can go back to and say, ooh, first half was horrible, and I mean horrible on the scoreboard, was the Florida game. And in that game, it happened all at one time in the second quarter. Things just went awry. There wasn't a team that came in and just dominated this program from the jump. Not one. Not even the South Carolina game. Even though it ended poorly, it was not from the onset domination. So for all of those that say, "Oh, we were unprepared," bullshit. And I'm gonna stand on that too. If you look at the games from start to finish, the team came out ready to play. We are 3-5 right now, and this first quarter was a damn good quarter for us. So how can anyone say, including myself, that these players were not ready to play and prepared to play? You cannot say that. The eye in the sky don't lie. In the eye in the sky, and all the way up to game 9, I can say the boys were ready to play. They had the right mindset. They couldn't finish. All right. Enough talking for me without going through some tape. But let's get to it. So remember, and it's kind of weird, the reason why I started this was for the O-line. That was the reason why I started this series, because of the narrative on the O-line. So it's only passing plays, y'all. I'm going to put a clock up to give you a sense of how much time the quarterback had. But as I'm watching these games, it forces me to kind of just pay attention to the entire game, even though I'm not watching it. And I really think I'm gonna do this. I'm debating on, am I going to do it? I don't know how I can do it. How do you up? I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna start putting up the games in what it's like in edited form. So if you want to watch the games over, because I'm saying what y'all need to watch the season over, I'm gonna put up each game in in edit format, so it's like it's less than 30 minutes of watching. So instead of what is 3 hour game, it'll be reduced down to 20 something minutes. So I think I'm gonna do that. All right. It's not play one. This is pass attempt number one. It's a quick game. And I'm gonna say this, y'all. I was wrong. See, that's why it's great to watch stuff over again. Is that I complained last year about not having enough quick game routes to get the ball out of his hands, to get the quarterback some confidence. We had a fair share of it. So I was inaccurate with that assessment. And I apologize to Bush and to the fans who watch me when I say that, and it's not 100% factual. So I apologize for that. So y'all, it was the first drive. We are on the first drive of the game, and we're gonna get inside the 10-yard line. All right, y'all. They brought 4.5. He has time. Right? That's a great pocket. No one at his feet. Clear throw. A little too high. All right. Now, I want you to understand this. No shade to anybody. If this ball is down, I think it's Dane Key. Dane Key wins the route. If the ball is thrown a little down and he catches it, that's touchdown. Honestly, as a quarterback with the ball not being in the back of the end zone and he's not throwing over the safety or behind the safety, he honestly needs to throw him down because the safety can come and knock him out. So in my estimation, he should actually, if he can, throw him down. What I mean by down is throw the ball low to protect the big headshot from the safety. But all in all, when it's all said and done, a better pass, and we're up 7-0. Fourth and 2, y'all. 4th and 2. There's really no one open. Now, if I'm throwing it, let's go. See, that's why sometimes I get all caught up, y'all. Get caught up in the sauce. It's about the O-line. Got time, but this right here is a system failure. You had 2 guys on one, and he beat both of y'all. That's horrible. Now, this is a case, y'all, of me, of an inexperienced quarterback. So, is it a lot of time? No. But he's got 3 seconds. All right. But here's the issue I have, right? If Tennessee does such a great job of covering your 4 receivers, we got 4 in a row, and you step up in the pocket, right? This guy goes around. Look at all the space you have that way. If he steps up in the pocket, he's throwing to a covered guy, right? Know what's worse for a secondary and straight man, and you won the first 3 seconds of coverage, is to have a quarterback and extend it to, so this is like 5 seconds. That's the hard part. That's making the game easier for everybody else. For the most part, we do a great job here, right? There's no one open right now, Brock. This is probably your best option, but he is covered. Maybe then this is your second option, but he's covered. Everyone is covered. So why not extend the play, step up into the pocket, he's on the ground, and escape and extend the play. So y'all, it's 4th and 2. We drove the entire length of the field almost and get nothing out of it. So defense gets a stop. Got time. It's got 3 seconds. No one's still at his feet. 3 seconds. Now it gets a little shady, but still no one at his feet. He's got a clear place to set his feet, drive, and throw. That's a sight by Harley Gilmore. Let's see what happens with that this year. Look, yo, I'm getting more and more excited for next season after watching. That's what I'm saying, Farmer. Don't get me started, Farmer. I was trying not to. 4th and 2, right? Right? Farmer, 4th and 2. It was there for the taking. I'm not going to say he was going to score, though, because there was sort of a zone linebacker in the middle of the field. But, damn, you definitely should get the first down. I honestly think that's a touchdown. Because I really believe if he scrambles to his left, I can't remember the tight end. I'm going to say it was Caddis and I think Berrien Brown in the back end. Once they stop and retrace, I don't think that linebacker cannot cover a adjustment to a route in man-to-man, in my opinion. But as you said, Farmer, he runs for the first down, though, at least, if he escapes. Those are the kind of things, those are the IQ things that it's going to happen later, okay? Those are kind of IQ things that is unavoidable. Like, you got to know, first thing I learned in college as a DB, you got to know down and distance. You got to know down and distance dictate what you do on that play. If it's 2nd and 1, you can take a shot down the field, right? Because you were 3rd and 1. You feel like you can make 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, you probably don't take the shot down the field because you want to continue to move the chain. Like, those kind of things are important pre-snap. All right, whatever the call is, blah, 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 ready, break. Oh, it's 3rd and 1. All right, I got to make sure I get this first down. Unless the guy's wide open. You know. That's a little early. Let me go back because it's a little early. I was way early. 0.6 seconds early. That's almost a second. Good job by the man. I'm gonna keep doing it. I am, because they need to be praised and their coach needs to be praised. I don't know what Bullware does in practice, and I really don't care. But one thing I know, when they're in that room, there's a focus on pass protection. Because these boys get an A+ in pass protection. Them tight ends get a D. But those running backs get an A+. They have Demi and Wilcox and Patterson to a point when he was healthy. They didn't miss many of these. And when I say they square them up, they square them up. It is something. I don't think people understand how difficult it is for a running back to pass protect when a linebacker pretty much almost all the time have a two-way go. And for those guys to square them up consistently and win consistently, kudos to their coach. And I'm gonna say this: it's not kudos to the coach on the field; it's kudos to the coach in demanding and preparing them for it. Because it's very few times that they don't know who to pick up. Also, great on them for taking the coaching and taking and caring about it. Because when they block a linebacker, it's like they're blocking for their mom. Like, you ain't touching my damn mom. The most impressive thing I've seen in pass protection in these first 9 games is the ability for running back to step up and consistently block linebackers. Dude, you cannot block this any better. It is like Moses. This is the Red Sea. It done parted. You can't do better. What do you want from them? We're at 3 seconds now, and there's no one at his feet against a pretty damn good Tennessee defensive line. And if you want to say that guy got to him and that's his fault, no, it's his fault. He never climbed the pocket on a clear lane. Damn. And he missed it. If he climbs the pocket, y'all, and here's the part that's frustrating about this one, all right, is that he didn't have to throw it to the sideline. He could have thrown him as the path was this way, because if you look, there's no one here. Corner's going with Barry. He's got unlimited area to throw the ball properly, and I really think he throws out of bounds. Oh my God. Dude, he had climbed the pocket, and it makes it easier. Watch. Right now, he's freaking running anyway because he sees a linebacker and he's scared. See that? This right here, boom, 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 that stutter, problem. All right? But if he right now steps up in the pocket, he can throw a better ball. That's not on the O-line. This right here is not on the O-line. This is on the quarterback. The way they block this is perfect. I should know. Perfect is the wrong word. Is winning block enough to get that ball off without being touched. And if you complete that ball and throw the proper ball, probably a touchdown. Nah, probably not a touchdown. It's too far. Definitely a field goal. We're in field goal range with that. Ooh, we got away with a little bit of movement. It's 3rd and 8. So we didn't win on 1st and 2nd down. He's got enough time. And here's the thing. Here's the thing, y'all. And if I remember correct, it's a completion. All right. But watch Maclin. These are the things to me that I am climbing the pocket. Seemingly is not Farmer. I'm gonna disagree with that. I'm trying to figure out a way to say it because when you get in the game and you're playing against live ammunition, all those things you were coached sometimes go away. It's like I know we were coached and I coached my DBs to stay square. Now I'm gonna go in coaching mode. Tell my DBs to stay square. Once you open the door, for negative things to come in. As a DB, the longer you can stay square and keep that door closed, the longer you can keep people out of your house. Once you open up, you're inviting everybody in. And so you coach it, you drill it. But when it comes to gameplay, some guys are more comfortable with opening the door. And as a coach, that's what else can you do? Unless you have guys who are behind them that are comfortable closing the door, and then you play them. But climbing the pocket is a thing. I would say this, really. I'm gonna say this. No, I'm not. That's not accurate. Climbing the pocket is sometimes you also have to feel comfortable with your O-line. If you don't feel comfortable with your center and your two guards, and you feel like the defense is going to consistently push the pocket, you won't have room. So I don't know. Right, Steve. He made a long throw harder. If he climbed the pocket and his momentum is going forward, and he's not pressed to make that throw with that guy seemingly on his arm, I think it's a completion. Dude, Steven, I don't know if you just come in. I went on rant. That is one thing that no one can complain about. The running backs were awesome in pass pro. Unbelievable. So, DBs, corners, safeties too. The safeties in cover 2, if you play cover 2 or if you play cover 3, if you are able to keep your shoulder square, here's the thing I want people to understand. As a quarterback, as a guy who played quarterback, who read the safety in cover 3, once you turn your shoulders, I'm going the other way. Like we have a backside dig or whatever it is, and you turn your shoulders, I'm throwing the opposite one. Like coming post dig, you turn your shoulders, you're getting depth on the post, I'm throwing a dig. Like we're reading you in your shoulders. Or if I'm throwing 4 verticals, once you turn your shoulders, I'm going behind you to the seam on the backside of where you turn into, always. So the longer you can keep your shoulders closed or square to the line of scrimmage, and what I mean by closed is the door is not open, it's hard for quarterbacks to read where to throw, and you will break much quicker downhill or where it is with your shoulder square. Always keep your shoulder square as long as you can. And when you impress man the line of scrimmage, if you can keep your shoulder square, you're going to win a lot of battles just because of that. Then if you get your hands on them, keep your shoulder square. If you're playing catch technique, you definitely can't open the door. So keep your shoulders square as much as you can, as long as you can. The good ones, who's the DB? I can't remember. There's a video I shared many times in the past of a DB as a professional. I think he played with the Bengals, I think. No, Cleveland. I think it's Ware. Now that my mind is starting to, I think it's Ware. I think it was Cleveland. And it's a route, and he's down almost 20 yards down the field. Shoulders square. He wins because his shoulders are square. That's hard to do that for that long. But if the longer you can hold them, the more successful you're going to be. I promise you. All right. So I want y'all to look at Maclin. This is a problem. He's been open all year. That's where you should throw the ball. But this is a great catch by Dane, and we get the penalty. So all in all, it ended up a win. But man, it's like Maclin had damn COVID. Maclin did not get enough more. He didn't get the opportunities he deserved. That's a great close by that DB. Still, as No reason to look at the time. That was a quick hitter. He had enough time. Nobody in his face. Clean feet. Y'all, I'm going to just tell you right now. There's only X amount of plays. I'm going to say less than 5 plays in a game where the offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator can win, can scheme a win from their unit. So there are some instances where all right, y'all, if we go sugar huddle, get the guys to the line of scrimmage real fast, and we know they're a man, we can get them because now they got to identify who to play man on. So in this instance, just watch what happens. And I'm just looking at it now. Watch what happens. They sugar huddle, which means huddle close to the line of scrimmage. They break. 71 is a tackle. He goes to the other sideline of scrimmage. So now, who has a tight end? If you put a guy on the tackle, you just wasted a guy in coverage because if you identify him as a tackle, there's nobody on him. Right? Just watch. This is Bush scheming a touchdown. They're confused. They're talking. Because look, if you look at this safety is in the wrong spot. You got 2 defenders on 3. Now, in my estimation, Caddis is giving it up. I don't know if he goes down early, so he can get lost. But if he's trying to act like a tackle, none of the offensive linemen hand on the ground. But see that? No one has the tight end. And honestly, this guy is covering 2. There's nobody else out there. So let's go back. Bush, 7. Offense, 7. UT offense, 14. UT defense, 14. That was the real breakdown of the scoring, y'all. So that one right there is 100% on the coordinator. And the players have to execute it, but Bush he got him with the old sugar huddle, unbalanced line of scrimmage. Look at the time. Look at the score. For that unbelievable Josh Heupel offense, they haven't done shit yet. Oh, it doesn't matter, y'all. This is a quick screen. This is the way you should run a tunnel screen. Now, here's the crazy part about it. The reason why Berrien got upfield so quickly is because of a bad ball that forced him to get up the field now. Because in all the other games, he's been going too far inside. We ran a tunnel screen on a negative whatever. That's crazy. That's ballsy. He had the time. Roll out. No one's open. See what we got now. Got time, y'all. And we got 4 guys in a route at least. Got time. Oh, good ball. That's not bad. I can't see from the end zone. Oh, yo, I forgot about that interception. We had 3 turnovers at least. I haven't checked the box score. That's at least 3 turnovers in this game. And I'm not sure that's on Brock. I'm really gonna say that's not on Brock. Yo, check out the score though. 0-7, and Tennessee got the ball in good position just then and got nothing out of it. All right. That was a quick hitter, so no need. He was still pocket was clean, no one in his face. He actually hitched on it. Where he's gonna throw? Hold on, is that the corner? He's got a hole shot there. See what happens. All right, good ball. I want you. I don't know what happened because I can't see, but I'm just looking at him pitching his in his delivery. All right, and this should be a hole shot if it's cover 2. I don't know if he got fooled by the coverage. All right, number 3 is the corner. All right, Dane Key gets outside of him. It makes it hard on that safety. That's a hole shot right there. He should be able to fit it in by this 20. That ball could be thrown right here. It's no way he can get it if he throws a good ball. Right? Where the safety? Can't see the safety. But Dane is outside of him. Right? Look at it. I can't see the safety though. So I'm gonna be quiet because I can't see the safety. Still can't see the safety. You just had the right route combination against the right coverage, and you didn't take the shot. Start the second quarter. Still 7-0. So for all those people who clamor with team unprepared, unmotivated, not ready to play, they are at Tennessee. First quarter, it could have been 14-0. We was on 4th and 2. And like we said earlier, Foreman he could at least got the first down. Probably would have scored. It's 14-0 in first quarter. So the unprepared and not ready to play, et cetera, is bullshit. They're 3-5 in Knoxville, and they won the first quarter. Winning the first quarter, really to me, is are you prepared? Are you motivated? Are you ready to play? Because then after that, the game is just playing. They were prepared. They marched. Should have been 14-0. Defense playing well. All right. And the O line is not playing bad to this point. Okay, this is a little bad little time. No even reason to set the clock. We're throwing screens. A lot of things going awry here. Bush wanted to throw that screen on 3rd and 14. He didn't feel good about throwing anything else then. I don't like that to go back to it, but this right here is not good. And there's a one-on-one battle right here, and we lost, and then everything goes awry. So now the second quarter, things start to get nasty. for the O-line. Right. But right now he's got time. Y'all, he's got time. Y'all, he has time. Why won't he be a little patient and sit in the pocket? Had time. I actually like this a little bit. To me, it's still a little antsy, but it's still not bad. He at least slid to his left and then take his eyes off of down the field. 2nd and 8. And we just don't get it. Good play by Tennessee. See, this is just, again, to me, y'all, if you trying to push the guys out and around, trying to push the guys out and around. They're doing that. If you climb the pocket, there's something there. He wouldn't get hit here if he climbed the pocket. Great job, though. Bush tried to hit him with the quick game again. All right, so now y'all, riddle me this. I think it's Max Pro, right? Watch. It's Max Pro. And are they putting 3-man around? Y'all, look at how much field he has over there. Look at it. There's no one over there. If he takes off and he's in man-to-man, look at everybody over here. Now, if he would have thrown it, totally different. Balls in the air, okay, you giving Dane Key an opportunity. But if you're not going to throw it, look at all the room you have over there. Ready to get the first down, though. Way to get the first down. And he had time. Time wasn't the issue. Three seconds, you got time. The wide receivers got to get open, man. 14-10 at halftime. What did Tennessee score at the end? Because it was 7-7 here. What happened for Tennessee to score? No, Tennessee didn't score. I think Tennessee scored on that first drive. Right? Or not, yeah. Or maybe not in the first drive. I think we had the ball first. So 8 minutes in the third. First time we trailed the entire game. And offensively, we should have had more than 7 points. That's the way. See, when you go, I'm going to say vertical, climb the pocket, how you put stress on the defense. I'm going to say this. People complain about the O-line. There were a lot of instances where the fucking wide receivers were not available either. There are a lot of instances where Brock didn't have anywhere to throw it to, too. Ooh, Lord. Lordy. How do we miss that? He's unblocked on purpose. 73 let him go on purpose. Not on purpose. He made a mistake. Brock has no shot. So that's on the O-line. That's nasty. Did I miss the some way, y'all. I didn't see. I didn't see the strip. Maybe we went about it. So now this is 3rd and 5, y'all. Understand this. Late in the third, 3rd and 5. We're on the 27-yard line. We kick a field goal. I'm pretty sure if we make it. We had a damn good field goal kicker last year. All right. 3rd and 5. Ten-yard line. So now it was 14-10, went to 21-10. All right. That wasn't on the O-line. Good ball. Good time in the pocket. Were able to set his feet, throw a dart. Y'all, I would say this. And I'm going to say every. And I really believe every quarterback that has potential to start in college, if you get him the time and a guy's wide open, 9 times out of 10, he's going to make that throw. Because to get recruited and to get a scholarship in college as a quarterback, you have to make that throw. So it's not like, to me, you don't judge the quarterback off of those because everybody should be able to make those throws. You judge the quarterback off of other things. Every quarterback should be able to make that throw. And Gavin did a good job of that. I'll just stay there. I'm going to keep it there. Got time. Macklin with a great catch. I think this is the Macklin hour. So, yep. He gets a 2-point conversion. 21-18, y'all. 21-18. Y'all, it's 21-18 on the road in the 4th quarter. But the narrative is this team wasn't ready to play, was unprepared the majority of the time. And it's just not true. 21-18. What's up, AJ? AJ, lunch break? Dude, it's 2 o'clock. East Coast. You taking a late lunch? Right tackle getting abused. That's not enough time. So the O-line, that's on them. It wasn't terrible, but that wasn't a great job. So then Tennessee scored there. Now it's game. That Macklin throw made me wish we threw the goal ball in the previous quarter. That's. Oh, AJ, I thought you was on the East Coast. All right, my bad. You on my time zone. AJ, I now y'all, a lot of times I be joking. Although there is some truth in every joke or every humorous statement I make. But I don't think Brock liked Macklin at all. Because I have no problem, AJ, with Dame being his number 1 option. But Macklin should have been his number 1.5 and not Barry Brown. I mean, that's sometimes he didn't even look at Macklin. And Macklin is uncovered. Got time. Receiver got to get some more separation. If they're going to play man on you, man, you got to get more separation. Oof. Oh, it's a. No. We counted that wrong. We must not have counted him as a linebacker, counted him as a corner. as a quarterback. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm not an old lineman, y'all. That simulated blitz got us because that's unblocked. That's a system failure. Good job by Gavin. But here's the problem I have with Gavin. His brother. No. Down in distance. 3rd and 7. Not only is it 3rd and 7, it's that with that. These are the times, honestly, as a quarterback, it's not that you love because you're losing, but you love because shit, I throw caution at the wind. We down. I'm not see quarterbacks can be worried about throwing interceptions. There are a such thing as a good interception. There is a such thing as that. Throw the damn ball. Makes no damn sense to me. Why you throw the ball out of bounds on 3rd and 7? That to me, no shade on him as a person, but that's low IQ. AJ said, because I need to do a better job of this because not everybody's on YouTube. AJ said agreed. Also, I thought Wimsatt came in, did a solid job throwing into that situation on the road. But if he doesn't throw that check down, interception, we likely win the game. Same shit Will did in 2022. 2022 is a little differently, as I remember, because they damn kicked our ass. I understand what you're saying, the sentiment, but they still kicked our ass in 2022, as I remember. But this game, y'all, they did not come close to. I'm trying to choose my words about did they play well enough? Did they really play well enough to beat us, or did we give them a game? And I'm gonna say that we had more to do with them winning than them having to do with them winning. Those 2 turnovers were horrible and gave Tennessee offense short field. Other than that, we also didn't take care of our opportunity. It should have been 14-0 in the first quarter. 14-0 in the first quarter. I don't think people understand the human factor of confidence when things start going your way and then everything start going your way. And if it's 14-0, players start feeling good about themselves. It's crazy. I know fans say, well, you should always be ready to play your hardest everything. I'm sorry, y'all. The human factor. It's like you're at your job. Some days you don't feel well, and then you lose focus at work and you're not working to your best of your ability. Same thing happens here. Yeah, it was 2021 then, AJ. It was 2021. AJ said maybe it was 2020, maybe it was 21. It was Will at quarterback and we were at home. He threw the wide. Yep. That was 21. See, Steven, here's the problem with that, and that's why I didn't point certain stuff out. Because it's hard when he's running away to see behind him. But yeah. But you don't throw the damn ball out of bounds. 14-0 in the first UT has to move away from the run. Exactly. I'm sorry, I got to finish reading. AJ says 14-0 in the first UT has to move away from the run game more, and that was their best offensive weapon. I'm going to say that wasn't their best offensive weapon, AJ. Sampson was their best offensive weapon, but I think Sampson got hurt in this game or something. But 14-0, independent of the other team, gives us confidence. Not only does it give us confidence as players, give the coaches confidence to do, I don't want to say be free willing, but knowing I got some more ammunition potentially. When it's 7-0, it's like I'm gonna put this as a guy who's not totally a soccer fan, but like in soccer, 2-0 is the worst score because all it takes is for the opponents to score a goal. Now it's 2-1. Now they're back in the game. Same thing in football. If we get to 14, man, and We somehow get to 17, not 21. I'm not gonna stretch it that far, but you get to 17. Now there's 3-score game. It makes a difference. But 3rd and 7, come on, man. You know better than to just throw the ball out of bounds. Now the offensive line didn't give him enough time to sit in the pocket and throw it, but still, you just don't throw the ball out of bounds. He's got 3.5 seconds. And why didn't he throw the ball to Dane Key right now? I want people to understand, y'all. This other narrative that I hate. Why does the offense always throw the ball short of the chain? When it's third and 6 or more, look where these linebackers are at. Look what they're running to. They're running to the damn first down marker because they know you got to get past it. Like, it's on defense, dude, you build a fence around the first down marker. See, normally linebackers wouldn't get that deep. They would probably get to here maybe. Yeah, that's like 6, 7 yards. But since it's 3rd and 7, you go to the sticks. Make them throw it underneath. Now you just got to make a tackle. But it's 4th and 7. You got to get the ball out your hand. All right. Those are 2 low IQ plays. Luckily, Tennessee got a penalty. So we got a new set of downs. This is hard for me because the ball's in the air. But even with that said, I guarantee you that if that's Barion Brown, I think that's Harley Gilmore, he's wide open. Because even when the ball's in the air, he's one-on-one with this safety. That's the throw you make. I'm going to just go through these, y'all, because as you can tell, the O-line was not that bad. Now, when Tennessee knows that you got to throw the ball in this last series, it's a little different outcome. But come on, man. This was not totally on the O-line. This was a situation, as I said earlier. This season, man, turns out to a situation where shit just didn't go our way. Just didn't go our way. And it just didn't go our way. This team was not a 4-8 team. As if you go back through this series of just the passing plays, and as I talked through the game, there were so many opportunities for this game, the Auburn game, the Georgia game. There's one more game in there. Those were all our games. The Florida, the South Carolina game, I would give to you. I'm just going to give it to you. But if you go back and watch the South Carolina game, check out what the score was at halftime. But I'm going to give you the Florida. I'm going to give you the South Carolina game. But all the rest of these games up to this point, what it is, like I said, we're 3-5. We could have easily been 5-3, and easy. This game is ours. We're 6-3. We 6-3 with 3 games left. You 7-5 because you play Murray State. You're 7-5 at the end of the season at worst, because I'm not going to give you the Texas game, and I'm not going to give you the Louisville game. But I'm this team could have been 5-3 at this point. So I'm going to give you the South Carolina game, I'm going to give you the Florida game, and I'll give you which game I want to give you? I'll give you this Tennessee game because it's a road game. But the rest of them, we should have been 5-3. at worst. I really think we should have been 6-2. Then this game would have been 7. Then the Murray State game is 8. So you're 8-4 at the end of the season. Vandy, right, AJ? Shit. I can't. That's what I'm saying, y'all. This was not a 4-8 team. This was not a 4-8 team. It's unfortunate that it happened like this, but this is why. I'm always going to find a silver lining. If we don't go, if we're better than 4-8, I don't think Stoops does the internal audit of the program like he was forced to do when we was 4-8. I think that internal audit is going to help this program going forward more than if we went 8-4 last year. There were some things going on with the program, from my estimation, that I think would have been detrimental longer term than flipping the switch and going about this season differently. The only problem is that the perception was shitty. But go back to what I said when I first started. 2022 should have been 9 wins. 2023 should have been 8 wins. And then if you go 6-6 last year, no, keep it 4-8. You're 4-8. We make this flip of the switch, which I think is needed for the program. And I don't like to use the word because I really don't think this is what happened, but I'm going to just use a word that a lot of people have said. It got stale. It got stale. We've been using the same ingredients for 12 years. We changed the pantry. We have reverted to the ingredients we used prior to these last couple of years that got us to the point that we got the program to the best period of football in modern UK history. We cleaned the pantry, brought back in the type of ingredients that help us get to the point where people were like, oh my God, Stoops is great. Now it's a reset. And I don't give a damn how old you are. You can still reset. You can still change your life. You can still change the program. I don't care if you really reset and really see the issues and really combat it. It doesn't matter you're a 12-year interim coach or you're in year 4 or 5. If you really are adamant and really feel like this will happen, that's what happened. Steven said today that only twice was someone late for summer workouts and the room got him right. He's more of it. Look, man, Steven, I don't give a shit what anybody says in July as a coach. I'm not going to say I don't believe it, but I really don't give a shit. Especially after last year, all this shit. Look, some fans were not happy with him being quiet. I actually liked it. Stay fucking quiet until Saturdays. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear, oh, we're great. Oh, we're the strength and conditioning program has gotten better, and we are. I don't give a fuck. Get me to game 2, game 3, game 4, and let's see what our record is at that point. And then I'll say, okay, I'll go back and say, you know what? When Stoops said on July 28th how he was happy with the progress and we didn't miss any summer workouts and guys are making gains and la 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 la, I'll say, he was right. But right now, that shit does nothing for me. Because I don't fucking care. Y'all can do all that lifting and all that whatever during the summer and all that 7-on-7, all that shit. But let's see what happens when you got those shoulders on. That you got refs on the field, you got an opponent in a different uniform. Tell me about that. Steven, look, I'm not saying it's not an attack on you, Steven. You're right. But I don't care. AJ said a solid clubhouse is a quiet clubhouse, a solid clubhouse. I agree. All the talking you need starts on August 30th. Show up and show the changes, cause that's the only way to prove it. Bingo. Especially after last season. And honestly, y'all, let's be honest. Georgia only talks with his damn speeding tickets. So what does University of Georgia say in their offseason? Not much. What does University of Alabama say in their offseason? Not much. Like these teams that don't need the glamour, they ain't saying shit. The talk is that LSU ain't talking much. LSU's gonna LSU's gonna win conference this year, in my opinion. They ain't saying shit over there. Like all that talking, man, all that boasting does nothing. See you August 30th. Let's see what let's see what you bring to Commonwealth on August 30th. Let's see what you bring to Commonwealth September 6th or whatever the first game is, the next game. Let's see what you bring on that. And on and on and on. Hamden said today this line will reflect lines of the past. And but if he's lying, I think we put him on the move. See, that's what you don't say that. But first of all, how does Bush know what lines of the past is? I mean, truly, those guys with Slaughter were a different kind of beast. And I'm not even saying physically, they were just different. So, all right, y'all. That's all I got. We're at an hour. That's too long for these. But I want y'all to understand we're in week 9, and the O line isn't the reason why we were 4-8. The O line wasn't the reason why we were 4-8. The O line wasn't the reason why we were not playing winning offensive football. Were they part of the problem? Sure. But they were far from the problem. I want y'all to go back, and unfortunately, I'm not showing the whole offensive play, but the run game in some of these games were really damn good. So, week 9, we got Murray State tomorrow. At least tomorrow will be a winning game. That'll be the last win to review, but at least that's a win. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Farmer, thanks for chiming in and joining. Same with Steven and same with my man AJ. All right, man. See y'all tomorrow. Hope y'all have a good rest of y'all Monday. And